And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. All right, while we were gone, I took a cue from Judd and I started generating my ex Jack Boots image. It's in the algorithm right now, but as soon as it comes up, I will put it out
Nice.
there. So tell us more about what your plans are for Rebels of the Outlaw Waste, Michael.
Sure. Well, in October, I am going to run a Kickstarter. So that's going to be for physical book with stickers included.
Nice.
I really need to get better at not burying the lead on this. Could I share the character sheet real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you throw it up, I'll add it to the stream.
Yeah, I got it up there. All right, so if you look at all these circles under the skills, and there's little check boxes there. When you mark those off, as you're using the skill, if you mark all of them off, you get to upgrade that skill. You get a badge. Badges are stickers that go right on your character sheet that you earn in real time. So excited about those.
Nice.
Those are fun. So yeah, we're planning to launch the Kickstarter for that on October 4th. We have a bunch of really cool designers lined up for stretch goals too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to people getting their hands on the game and trying it out and creating their own rebels in their own outlaw wastes.
Very cool. I like it. And I think we're about to talk about drives, right?
Yeah. So
I got mine. I picked mine out.
Great. All right. Yeah, let's go around the circle and hear what everyone's drives are. Good, Jay.
Will the killing ever stop? That's my drive. Will the killing ever stop?
Nice. Be a difficult question to answer.
I think it's kind of early. I think there's still some parts to fill in, but I feel like this ex-Jack boot is tired of all of that, right? So right. I think even though it's the drive, I think the answer is yeah, I'd like it to.
Right.
But I feel like that might not be in their control.
Makes sense.
That's what I have in my head right now.
Judd, do you have a drive in mind?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with person or thing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And
okay, so yeah. Analysis. Am I a person or a thing?
Yep.
Very good.
Yep. That one spoke to me.
All right, Jeremiah, how about you?
I went, how do I stop my genome from degrading?
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm picturing, so I went with that I'm mostly human looking, like I'm very humanoid, but with very obvious alligator characteristics.
Yes.
So I'm sort of imagining that as time progresses, I'm becoming more and more gator-like.
I like it. All right, Misha. Do you have a drive?
Probably helps if I unmute. I chose who did this to me and why.
Ooh. Regular mystery.
Oh, wow, wait. I think I just figured out a theme here. Well, so my brain went back to Refugitives, and I think there's some open questions in the why are we on the run? What are we on the run from? What did we do?
Right.
That kind of thing.
Definitely.
And then what just clicked is all three of these folks have open background issues, right?
Yeah.
Who did this to me? What's going on with my genome? Will it stop degrading? I forget Judd's, but I know. Can you say it again for me?
Am I a person or a thing? Yeah.
Right. Am I a person or a thing? Right. And so, yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. It seems like there's a line running through there,
Yeah.
and that made me excited. Sorry.
I'll be sorry.
So, do you think maybe? I guess we don't want to get ahead of answering questions in play, but yeah, okay. Let's not get ahead of necessary questions that we can answer during play. I said I'm having ideas now. Spoilers.
Then we have done our jobs properly.
Yeah, and that's good.
Great. All right. So everybody, in addition to your drive, everyone's going to get some features. We don't have to dig into that too deep right now, because I think that's just going to be kind of dead air. Wait for people to look at their options and decide what they want. So I think that's something that could maybe that might be homework between now and a future session. Does that sound all right? All right, so let's jump to our next character choice, which is callings. So callings are your job that you do for the squad, and kind of helps define how the rest of the world sees you. So each one of these callings is kind of focused on two different skills, and has a couple of bonus features. I'll just go ahead and read through these. So there's 9 of them. There's the bookworm, which is kind of sort of like a martial arts librarian. There is the brick house, which is just kind of a big, strong, dependable character. The Deadeye, they're a hunter and expert with long-range weapons and survival. The Dune Bug, they're a sneak and a saboteur. They have a special ability. They can, for any skill roll, they can add the outcome, make it explode. So it doesn't matter what they're doing. They can always also cause an explosion. There is the Good Body. They're a fitness doctor. So they're all about muscle and about health and science. The Hotshot, they're kind of a show-off thrill seeker that's good at fighting. The Rocker is just like it sounds. They're kind of a rock and roll character that is good at swaying a crowd. There's the Turbo Ace. They're a consummate driver. Can operate any vehicle. And the last option is the Wave Talker. They're somebody that's in tune with the waves of the wastes. And I think in the context of the world that we've built so far, they would be somebody that's in tune with Mother Earth. So like they can sort of vibe with the visions that you're getting from Mother Earth.
Nice.
I was thinking I'm going to go with Dunebug. Because I got real excited about making things blow up.
I think Wave Talker is on the name.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good combo.
I think I'll take Brick House unless someone else wants that one.
Good. I was hoping you. So I'm going with Bookworm,
Cool.
but I was hoping I'm going to play against Type, even though he's a jackboot. I think he's a yeah. I'm going to go with Bookworm.
That fits with the Imagineer aspect. It's a
Yeah.
little more cerebral. Cool.
But I didn't want to steal that from the robot.
No. I think Brickhouse is where I'm at.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay. So the callings. So each calling is going to give you two features, and then and a path. So your path is is kind of like a mini story goal. So, for instance, for the Wave Talker, expose the truth, uncover a difficult truth 3 times to complete your path. So every time you uncover a difficult truth, you'll get to either mark a box on your path, or you can get a free mark on one of your skills, your choice. So I think it sounds like everybody's got their choices locked in there. So let's talk about skills. And I'll go back to our character sheet here. So we have 9 skills, and all of our skills are rated by die sizes. And so you're going to choose the 3 that are most important to you and give those a D8. Then you'll choose 3 more to be kind of average, and those will get a D6s. And anything left over will get a D4.
Okay.
You'll also get to choose not any one skill. You get to choose 1 skill from your background to increase by 1 die size, and do the same from your calling as well. And so different backgrounds and callings will let you pick different skills.
So I could end up with a die size higher than D8.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You could even start with a D12. So it goes D4 through D12.
Okay.
So while people are making their choices here, I could talk a little bit about how these skills actually work. Does that sound all right?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So the core system of the game is the action roll. So anytime you're going to make an action roll, it's going to be if you're trying to overcome an obstacle, or if you're trying to seize an opportunity. So you're trying to get through a locked door. You're trying to see if there's any danger on the horizon. You're going to choose a skill to use for your roll. And one thing that's kind of cool about this system is that you can use any skill to solve any problem. So if you're trying to get through that locked door, you could use tools to pick the lock. You could use bullseye and pull out your gun and shoot the lock off. Muscle to smash it down. If you're on your hoverboard, you could ram it full speed and use wheels. And then your choice of skill is going to determine kind of like what bonus outcomes you can get if it's a particularly good roll. So you're choosing your skill. You can also add a gear. So gear is any kind of equipment. It could be weapons, it could be tools. And those all have a die size just like skills do, D4 through D12. And then if your look, one of your styles from your look, if you describe your action in a way that fits one of those, you can add an extra D6 to the roll. And then you're looking for any dice out of that roll that rolls 4 or higher. Those are successes. And then you spend your successes on outcomes for the skill that you use. So if you're using bullseye to shoot off the lock, these little stars here, those are your outcomes. So your first success is always going to be you do it. So you shoot the lock off. Let's say you had like 2 successes. You could spend the next success on no blowback. So blowback is a complication to your action. If you don't buy it off, then you're going to take it. You can choose to just take the blowback, but then get some other benefit. So you could spend that success for to cause panic. So you shoot the door and the people on the other side freak out because they think somebody's coming in. Or another thing you could do is there is a way you can help other people is the boost. So you can give somebody a D6 boost. So you just describe how you're going to help somebody in the story, and then they get a D6 that they can use on a future roll. So maybe shooting the door off the lock, maybe the bullet ricochets and disables an alarm system. So now everybody has, or maybe the next person has a D6 to sneak in into whatever's behind the door. And so your moves can kind of snowball in that way. And so you've got a lot of options for how you can solve problems. And it's really just like the idea is to be creative and come up with wild ideas at the table.
I'm not exactly sure what we're choosing right now.
Oh, yeah. So we need to be assigning dice to our skills.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
All right. Yeah. So you want to pick 3 that you want to give a D8 to be your best.
Got it.
And then 6 for the middle, 3 middle skills, and then everything else is a D4.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
Got it. And then are there 3 D6 and then 3 that are D4?
You got it. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So Jay, which skills do you think are going to be your strongest?
Mine are whoop ass at D10. Then I have science at D8. And tools at D8. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, and then my moves are at D8 because I took so I have science as a specialty, and I threw a D6 in there, so it becomes a D8. But whoop ass is my highest at D10.
It makes it difficult to guess when the killing will stop when you're just really good.
When all you have is a hammer.
Yep.
Jeremiah, what skills are your strong suits?
My highest is wastes, which is a D10 after upgrading.
Okay.
And then also have moves and bullseye at D8. I'm sort of imagining Florida man turned gator hybrid.
That's amazing.
So I like to
Fantastic.
also blow stuff up sometimes.
Wow.
That is amazing.
I love it.
Before science.
Misha, what skills are going to be your strong suits?
I got science at a D10, and then tool, sway, and waste at an 8.
Very good. Okay. And Jed, what did you end up deciding on?
I think if I'm reading things right, I think I get muscle at a D10, and then whoop ass and science at a D8. And then my D6s will be moves, tools, and sway.
Cool. Great. All right, so that is our skills. And the next thing that we need to choose are looks. This is going to be essentially like your fashion style. So you're going to pick 2 different styles, and they're going to get mashed together. So I have a list here of looks, of styles you can choose from. Or if you want, you can make up your own. It's purely just flavor for what these represent. But it does have some mechanical weight when it comes time to make rolls.
Oh yeah. I'm good.
Oh dear.
All right. What's your look, Jay?
So I choose 2 styles, right? The pieces
Yeah.
come with the styles.
Yes. Yeah. You can you can mix and match any pieces out of there that you want. And it's just mostly there just to give you some ideas to
Gotcha.
add together.
I've got mascot and utility.
That's some,
See what I did there?
that's some Five Nights at Freddy's shit.
Dork, and I love you.
I think we know why you got kicked out.
Right?
It's all coming together.
Oh my god.
All right, Jed, what are you thinking for look?
I'm trying to figure it out. I think that this robot used to be the robot who was in like the Hall of Presidents as Abe Lincoln.
Nice. I love it.
So
Yeah.
I don't think he really looks like Abe Lincoln anymore because I think he like took off the fleshy stuff. So I'm thinking that it is kind of he kind of looks, since salvaging things and taking things off and putting things back on, he probably looks like Aviator Rococo is the way I'm going to describe it.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think that's Anyway, that'll do.
Hey, Jeremiah, what's your look?
Wrestler meets cowboy. I saw
Nice.
wrestler and I was like, I have to go with that with my Florida man thing. So yeah, I'm imagining he's like as an undersuit, he's got like a full body spandex leotard kind of thing,
Great.
and then he's got this long cowboy duster that also has a ridiculous amount of fringe.
Great.
And of course a Stetson.
Hey, Misha, what's your look?
I went with Afro Goth Biker.
Ooh.
Biker, awesome.
I feel like that's what I generally assume Misha's character's look is, just in general. That's just like
Only if you're dealing with like post-apocalyptic
that's the
stuff.
starting point. I feel like, and then we just kind of go from there.
That's what Misha looks like. Let's be honest.
Cool. All right.
Nice.
Okay, so that's pretty much all the steps for character creation. So you also, from your background, you'll get some gear. So you can choose some gear, and those all just have die sizes. And then one thing that we can actually do as a group, let's have everybody go through, and I'm going to scroll back here to the instructions. Sorry if that's flashy. Here we go. Okay, so once everybody has finished creating the rebels, we're going to take turns. Well, we can get to that at some point. Well, we can share. Well, at some point we should share names and pronouns and kind of just like an introduction. Maybe we'll do that at the start of the next time we play.
Cool.
Just to kick things off. That might be good.
Okay.
But for now, let's take some time to have everybody mark a location on the world map here that relates either to your background or your drive, and just say what it is. So who would like to go first for this?
Background on my drive. I can go first.
Thank you.
My thought is if I'm ex-jackboot, maybe there's kind of a security point in the valley you have to pass through to leave or come in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like that.
And maybe that's my location for my background. Or does it have to be something I'm currently affiliated with?
No, that's good. That's exactly. We just want to add a detail and say why it's important to you. So that's perfect.
Yeah, so I think like a guardhouse, kind of barracks, kind of all those things roll into one, right? I think I worked there, I slept there, I ate there, right? If I wasn't in there, I was out doing the job.
Okay. So let's have you grab an icon to represent that, or maybe I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, I was trying to search for a tower.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at all of those. Ooh, oh my goodness.
So many choices.
Was that my outside voice? Sorry. All right, I'm gonna go with
That's
this
one of my
one.
dad's favorite sayings. Did I say that out loud?
Oh,
I'm
there
pretty
you
sure
go.
he knew he said it out loud. But
Yeah, there it is. I like that one.
Cool. Nice. Oh, here we go.
Red Tower.
Oh.
this is a title.
Really aggressive with the font size there. Okay, that's a little better.
Was this outside font?
Yeah.
And maybe I still know some people in there.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I think one of the features, I have to go back and check for, inside job. When you use what you know about operations, facilities, or infrastructure of the powers against them, I can do a reroll. So that implies I might have some connection still.
Cool. Okay. Looks like Jeremiah, you've added something. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so it's a little cabin in the swamp. I think it's where I grew up, probably,
Okay.
or at least where I spend a good amount of time, presumably. Communing with nature and alligators.
All right. Cool. Let's see, Jed. Jed, do you have something to add?
Yeah, I'll add a White House.
Ooh.
Not sure which one of these is the White House. We'll go with this one.
That's funny because one of the things I was thinking of as a memorial
Nice.
was the White House, but I couldn't figure out why. Yeah.
Yeah, I put one out there already.
I think that's where like the other robot presidents are, and
That is fantastic.
yeah, it's good. I like when I get to say sentences like that. So every once in a while in gaming, you get a real. And I think that's where the other robot presidents are. That'll get me through the week. Definitely, that's good.
Fantastic. All right, Misha, what would you like to add to our map?
We should start saving those. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put a the electric car charging stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was found in one that was like completely shorted out. Like it does not like they've been trying to get it back up and running. It's not like there's stuff fused and melted. It's awkward to say the least.
All right. So is
doohickey here. Yeah.
Is a certain person responsible for that being completely shorted out?
Probably. Yeah, just maybe.
Okay.
Possibly. I'm assuming I'm responsible for it. Whether or not I actually am or not is up to you.
All right. Well, that gives us a good start on our map. And we pretty much are done with character creation. Is there any other thoughts about the setting? Any other things we want to talk about as kind of session 0 stuff? So, I guess we're going to start out with you on the run, escaping from making your getaway from the valley. So I think we've kind of established that our ex-jackboot, our ex-imagineer, has transgressed in some way against what is expected of employees of the Imagineers. How do we think everyone else kind of got involved in this escape? Or if any of that is incorrect, somebody has other ideas, please feel free to jump in.
I think we were both kind of inside the company, so maybe we got out together.
Ooh. Okay, that makes sense.
I can imagine. I know all of the best places to hide in the wastes, and however we became aware of each other. But I can imagine that would have been sort of my piece of it. Is, maybe I knew of a secret way out of the valley. And I know where all the good bolt holes are in the waste, something like that.
I like that. And my thought is maybe if you're not part of the Valley show, I could have easily gotten you out of whatever containment you were in, right? because I don't know the wastes for nothing. So that would be super useful.
That makes sense. Okay, and Misha, do you think I guess we kind of established you don't really know how you ended up the way you are. So do you think maybe, are you going to start out, did you start out at the, in the valley or outside?
I think I started out at the charging station.
The charging station. Okay. Okay. I think that makes sense. All right, so maybe you and Jeremiah's character were convinced to help with the escape, or I don't know. Maybe you just all sort of ended up,
or maybe the charging station is closer to where Jeremiah is.
Oh, sure.
There we go. Let's make this easier.
Distance is all relative. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, we don't have to belabor all the details. I think we'll just jump into sort of in media race when we're ready to go. So we can answer those questions as they come up.
Nice. I like that. Yeah.
I think that works. Okay. So we're getting pretty close to the end of our time here.
Okay.
There's a few little decisions here to pick out, and your features if you haven't already from your backgrounds. I think that's about all I have for the group for today.
Cool. That's good stuff.
That is. Anything we should be thinking about or working on in the off week before we come back?
Yeah, everyone should pick out their theme music for their character.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
I don't think we can play it on a stream because of licensing and all that, but
we could hum it, or we could sing a little ditty, right?
Yeah.
Theme music, I like it.
And of course, everybody needs names and pronouns with your characters, and we'll and a little bit of a physical description, so we'll go through those. Let's start our next session.
All right.
Do intros. You'll get your first message from Mother Earth.
Ooh.
So that I'm interested in, since it's like in a dream state, right? That's what we decided. We get these kind of right. Is it like a group consensual
shared hallucination?
Yeah. Is it shared, or like how do I know that right? What Anita says Mother Earth said is what she actually said, or are we all having the same shared experience, or do we figure this out in play?
We can figure out some of that in play, but my thought is that since it is sort of a natural phenomenon, that it's an actual electrical impulse that is entering all of your bodies and traveling through your nervous system to your brains simultaneously. So it's a completely explainable phenomenon, and then that also means that our robot can get signals too.
Right. Nice. All right. I like it. Thanks for doing this, Michael. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everyone for making characters and coming up with great ideas. I'm really excited to see where this goes.
Let's go around the horn. Everyone tell our social media family, watchers, audience where they can find you on the social media internets. Let's start with Michael.
Sure. Yeah, you can find me at Nerdy Pup Games, all one word, on all the socials, and and my stuff is out on itch, and I've got a website, nerdypupgames.com, where you can see some of the other RPGs and board games and whatnot that I work on.
Nice. Misha?
You can find me on Twitter at BGGameworks or on my website, blackdwarfgameworks.com. Or you can look for More Seats at the Table, which is a fun little. I think we're back to bi-weekly newsletter highlighting marginalized gender people's games.
Cool.
Judd?
Judd Carlin. You can reach me at. You know what? I'm not going to spell out my damn Twitter handle. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You're not going to find it. You can find my blog if you use the term Githyanki. If you look at the search term Githyanki diaspora, and you can find my podcast with using the terms daydreaming about dragons, and that'll get you there.
One of my favorite parts is at the end of our sessions, we get to Judd and we watch you wrestle with telling folks who you are.
Yeah,
I love
I know.
Or it's the daydreaming about dragons, and that could take you someplace different.
Yeah.
May
There are
not be
people.
where-
There are people who are daydreaming about dragons, and they have a very different take on it than I do. God bless them. That's great. I'm glad they know what they love. That's awesome. But it's just not what my podcast is about. That's all.
And you, Jeremiah?
I'm also not going to spell my Twitter handle, but you can find me on Twitter at pseudoidiot.
I am Mad J. You can catch me on Twitter at MadJ0, all letters. This was actual play. We're playing Rebels of the Outlaw Waste. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. We'll be back next week with A-State. So good night.
Good night.
Good night, folks.
And we will hot drop out this time.